Great advanced class. Let's go ahead and get this done. It says tell whether the triangles are similar. I have all the odd ones. You'll do all the evens. To do this, I could go ahead and follow the rule that two angles, if I see that each of these has two of the same angles, then I know that they're similar. I could say that I'm going to take 46 and 95, add them together, subtract it from 180, and see if I get 39. The other way to do this is just to realize you can add all three of these, 95, 46, and 39, all the different numbers. And if they come up to 180, that'll also give you similar angles. So 95, 46, and 39. Notice I'm not going to put 46 in there twice because we know that these two are similar. When I add them together, I get 20. When I add these together, I get 118, which tells me they equal 180. These triangles are similar. All right. Number 3, describe the translation. Well, if x was at 1 and then it went to 3, that means I went to the right 2. And if it was at -4 and went to 0, then I went up 4. So right 2 units to the right, 4 units up. On number 5, if I went from 4 to -9, it means I went to the left 13. And if I went to -2 to 3, that means I went up 5. So 13 to the left and 5 units up. Number 6 is yours. Number 7 says the equation y equals 15x plus 20 represents the cost in dollars at a gym after X months. And they want us to make a graph of the situation. On the graph, I'm going to start and put my line through 20 because that's my beginning, my starting point. And I'm going to go up 15 and over 1 because it's 15 to make it a fraction, it'd be 15 over 1. I got a little head start over there with number 6. But as you can see over here, I do start at 20, just like I said at the end. And for every 1 I go up, it went 15. Look, it went to 20 to 35. And just to make sure I was right, 2 to 50, and that's 20 to 50 is 30. And 30 times 2, or 30 divided by 2 is 15. All right, let's go to number 9. You have number 8. I'm going to make a graph with these. Graph the linear equation, represent the table. We got 5 and 3, so when x is 5, y will be 3. When x is 8, y will be 6. When x is 11, y will be 9. Now I can cross these across. I see I'm going down 1 and over 1, which means I'll go down till I hit -2. So that's where they got -2 as their starting point. I'm also going up 1 and over 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. And my line is positive, so it's a positive 1x. You never put 1 in front of an x, so it's just y equals x minus 2. Number 10 is yours to do. Number 11, y equals 9x. I know it's proportional because there's nothing added on. It will go up 9 and over 1. So it starts at the origin, it goes up 9 and over 1. 13 says y equals -6. Now notice there's no x here. That means I'm looking at a line that when on x will constantly go up and it will equal -6. And here we see here at -6, it's going straight up and down. Okay. Let's see. We've got number 15. We know our starting point is going to be -1. That's where it crosses through my y. And then it's going to go down 7 and over 1. So we're going to cross through -1. And this graph, as you can see here, almost look like at the origin, but this is -5. So that means this little space here in between here is -1. And then it's going to go down, well, from -1 down it'll be to -8, right? And then it will go over 1. There's a horrible graph for this, but it does depict y equals -7x minus 1. Remember, negative slopes go down from left to right. Number 17, we have -5, a -0.5. So it's going to cross y at -0.y, just a little below the origin. And then it's going to go up 0.75 and over 1. So right here at between 1 and the origin, we're going to go right there at -0.5. And that means we're going to go up. And by the time we come here, we're going to have like 0.25 up. So when we add another 0.75 on the next one, it's going to be at 1. So that's why we've got y equals 0.75x minus 0.5. We're going to go to number 19 now. Y is 6.75. There's no x here. So in actuality, we're going to see a line going from left to right at 6.75 on the y-axis. And that's exactly what we have here. Let's see, number 21. X equals 1/4, which means it's going to be on x. And it's going to go up and down at 1/4. So there we go, right at 1/4, right in between 1/2 and the origin, and go straight up and down. 22 is 0. 23 says the equation y equals 20 represents the cost y in dollars for spending X text messages in a month. Okay. Graph the linear equation. What does the graph tell you about your texting plan? Well, if it's y equals 20, it's go through my origin, it's proportional. And it means that since y equals 20, I'm going to be at 20 all the way across. It means every single month. It says represents the cost for sending X text messages in a month. So it means no matter how many messages that I send, I'm spending $20, right? Y equals 20. It costs $20. It doesn't matter how many messages I send, it's still going to be $20. So it says, what does the graph tell you about it? No matter how many text messages are sent, the cost is $20, just what I said. Number 24 is yours, 25 is mine. Identify the independent variable and dependent variable in exercise 24. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're talking about the equation y equals 2x plus 3 represents the cost in dollars and the mailing package that weighs in pounds. I'm going to say the dollars are dependent on the weight because whether I charge it or not, it's going to weigh in money or it's going to weigh an amount. But I'm not going to charge any dollars until I weigh the package. So the independent variable is the weight, and the dependent variable is the X cost in dollars. All right, let's move on. It says here, that's 26, that's for you to do 27. The amount Y in dollars of money in your savings account after X month is represented in the equation Y equals 12.5X plus 100. Graph the linear equation. I'm going to pass through 100. That's a positive 100. I know it's going to be a line going up from left to right because it's a positive coefficient in front of my variable. And I know it's going to go up 12.5 for every 1. That says X months. So for every month that goes by, it's going to go up 12.5. So when I graph it, I'm passing through 100 and I'm going up 12.5. Okay, so that's why they're showing here in 2 months, right? It's going to be up 25 because 12.5 times 2 will be 25. And that means after 4 months, it'll go up 50. Now I can make my line. How many months does it take you to save a total of $237.50? To do this, I can replace Y with $237.50. So let's do that. I'm going to work my problem over here to give me a little room. I'll say I have $237.50. That has to equal 12.5x plus 100. And we're searching for the amount of hours, right? Or how many months, excuse me. And remember, X equals months. First, I'm going to minus my 100 because I'm trying to isolate this variable X. Trying to get X on one side, all my numbers on the other. So I'm going to minus 100 from here. That's going to leave me 137.50 equals 12.5x. Now I've got to get X by itself, so I'm going to divide 12.5 away. You might be saying, why am I not subtracting it? Because remember, there's an equal sign. I do the opposite of what I see. Right now, 12.5 is being multiplied to X, so I need to divide it away. And whatever I divide from one side, I'll divide from the other. I'm thinking it's probably going to be about maybe 11. Um, just guessing here. But let's go ahead and see what the answer reveals. It is 11 months. Very good. All right. Let's move on to number 28, which was yours to do, which means number 29 is mine to do. The sum S of its interior angle measures of a polygon with n sides is S equals, the sum equals n minus 2 times 180. We've done this quite a few times in class. Plot 4 points S, basically the number of sides and the sum to satisfy the equation. Is the equation a linear equation? Explain your reasoning. I'm thinking it might be. Let's find out. Well, as you can see here, oh, yes, it is a linear equation. It never had to say it was proportional, right? So when we have 2, right, as the sides, 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 times 180 is 0, right? So when x is 2, y will be 0. But when I have 3, well, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 180 will be 180. So I'll have 3 at 180. Now I'll take 4, right? And when 4 minus 2 is 2, and 2 times 180 is 360. So when it's 4, I'm going to have 360. And now I can make my line to go across, and I can already see this is a linear equation. All right. Yes, the graph on the equation is a line. Does the value n equals 3.5 make sense in the context of the problem? Explain your reasoning. No, the value n equals 3.5 does not make sense because n is the number of sides of a polygon. So it must be an integer. We're not going to have 1.5 sides, right? So that makes no sense at all. We can't put 3.5 in there. All right. I believe that's all the ones that I had to do. The rest are for you to do. And good luck. See you in class for grading. I'm sorry, I did want to show this in case you guys wanted to know what your next one was, because this was 29, this is 30, and that's for you to do.